Picture being at a cocktail party talking with some friends, and one person says, geez, isn't it great that the stock market's been up 7% so far this year? And then the person next to them says, what are you talking about, 7%? It's like been 3 times that much. It's 20% up on the year. And the person next to them says, 20%? The stock market's up 40% on the year. Which one of those people is right? That's what I'm thinking about. So I tend to think about the stock market in big terms, don't pay attention too much on a daily basis, but I have been turned on to a daily email called The Morning Brew. Actually, Nick here at the office introduced me to that, and they've got a summary of different topics, sort of a digest of things. It can be interesting to peruse through when you have time. And when you come over a weekend, they don't do, of course, daily stock market returns, but they take a look at what's gone on year to date, and I don't pay attention very often, or very close attention anyway, to that. But the last weekend edition that I had seen caught my eye. It was through almost the end of July. And it had the numbers year to date. Made me think about this topic, and I'll give you a spoiler alert that the 3 people at that cocktail party we were talking about in the introduction, every one of them was correct. And I took a snapshot of the email that came out that made me think about this. Well, and I'm not sure why they include Bitcoin and Alphabet there at the bottom, but the top 3 entries there, right? We've got the NASDAQ index, the S&P 500 index, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average index. Everybody's familiar with those terms at least, and look at the difference in those returns. I mean, it's just interesting going from the bottom up. 7%. Dow Jones has been up at 7%. The S&P has been triple that, and the NASDAQ has been double that, right? And so, and of course, tech stocks have been doing really well this year, so that makes some sense on there. And what's the takeaway? And it's not that any one of them is better than the other. It's just that when we talk about, I'm talking about the market, what does that really mean? You hear things out there, whether it's the market or recession or unemployment or any of these things can mean different things. So it's always important to take them with a grain of salt when you hear good or bad news on it. And think about this with regard to these indexes we're looking here. We're not even talking about, what about small company stocks? What about international stocks? Not even on there. So we say, hey, the market is up or the market is down. It can really mean different things, right? And so it's one of those that it helps me anyway, to take a step back, look at some of this big picture information, and remember that, it doesn't always tell the whole story. Golly, the market's up 40%. Well, a segment certainly is, but that doesn't tell the whole story. Or the market's down 40% if that happens next time around, right? Not always the whole story, and being even-keeled is really important in helping us reach our financial goals. So that's what I'm thinking about today. As always, I'm interested in knowing what you're thinking about. If you're watching this on YouTube, drop a comment in the comment box or shoot me an email directly. And as always, thanks for watching.